Have you ever noticed how some people just can't seem to be genuinely happy for your successes? Or even act strangely when you're simply shining? They'll never admit it, never tell you they're envious, and certainly won't confess that you're calm. Your growth or your inner power disturb them. Okay. Oh yes, they show it. They reveal it in every fleeting glance, in every passive-aggressive word, in the sudden, heavy silence that descends when you walk into a room. Jealousy is the subtle weapon of the weak, used not to fight, but to corrode. Let's expose these telltale signs, not to judge, but to truly understand, so that we may rise with stillness while others fall from their own noise. 1. They celebrate you when you're failing a little too much. As the wise Epictetus once said, it is impossible for a man to learn what he thinks he already knows. When things go wrong for you, do they lean in just a little too much? Does their offered comfort feel sweet, yet strangely satisfying for them? This, my friends, is the first unmistakable sign. They might applaud your strength, but they will cheer louder, and with a disturbing glee, for your weakness. Why? 'Cause your rise relentlessly exposes their own stagnation. Your discipline, your undeniable clarity, your fierce refusal to be ruled by chaos, it all haunts them. So, when you slip, they feel safe again, briefly. But don't hate them for it. Pity them. For only a person deeply unsatisfied with themselves takes genuine pleasure in another's fall. We don't feed that insidious poison. We simply notice it, acknowledge it, and calmly move on. We do not drink from the shallow cup of petty revenge. We drink, instead, from the deep well of self-mastery. 2. They criticize the fire they cannot control. Epictetus, again, offered profound guidance. If you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid. Jealousy rarely manifests as a direct, confrontational attack. Oh no, it prefers to wear a disguise. You've changed, haven't you? Don't work too hard. Why are you doing all that? You're fine as you are. They don't criticize because they care. Not truly. They criticize because you serve as a glaring reminder of what they've stubbornly refused to become. Your sheer effort convicts them. Your quiet, unyielding silence challenges them. Your consistent growth humiliates them without you ever uttering a single word. But hear this. We do not dim our own brilliant fire to soothe the fragile eyes of those who are simply afraid of the light. We do not explain our hard-earned discipline. We do not justify our profound transformation. We simply walk forward because the path of virtue imperatively demands it. Let them call it arrogance. Let them call it obsession. We, however, call it purpose. And that, my friends, is something they fear deeply, because they have none. 3. They try to compete without ever competing as. Marcus Aurelius so powerfully observed in his meditations the tranquility that comes when you stop caring what they say or think or do, and only what you do. This final sign is the most subtle, yet undeniably the most telling. They mimic you. They silently race you. They desperately try to outdo you without ever admitting they're playing a game you're not even aware you're in. This is not admiration. This is a hidden war. And your profound indifference becomes their greatest, most gnawing frustration. But here's the unvarnished truth. We do not compete with anyone else because our greatest, most formidable enemy is always within. And the person who is diligently battling their own vices has absolutely no time to prove themselves to outsiders. When they try to impress you, ignore you, or outright outshine you, simply stay calm. Their storm is not yours to fix. Their jealousy is not yours to feed. Your unwavering peace will, by its very existence, insult them. Your profound silence will expose them. Your serene composure will leave them utterly speechless in all of this, without a single word from your lips. 4. They downplay what they secretly admire. Truly jealous person will rarely, if ever, offer you a genuine compliment. But when they do, it arrives poisoned, diluted, backhanded, or cleverly wrapped in a condescending joke. They'll casually say, "Oh, it's not a big deal. You just got lucky." Anyone could have done that, but deep down, in the core of their being, they couldn't. They witnessed the relentless discipline you applied, the countless hours you silently suffered, the profound sacrifices you made when no one was watching. What they call luck was, in reality, your relentless grind. What they dismiss as nothing special was your intensely personal war against yourself. You didn't climb for fleeting applause. You climbed because the path inherently demanded it. And now, standing at a height they fear to even reach, they attempt to cover their deep-seated envy with dismissive remarks. But we do not argue with small minds. We do not bother to correct the insecure. We simply smile, not because we agree, but because we inherently do not need their fragile approval to breathe, to exist, to thrive. Let them pretend it meant nothing. We know what it truly cost, and we carry that knowledge silently like ancient warriors who bleed for glory, not for hollow praise. So, there you have it. Jealousy is a subtle, corrosive virus, but it cannot touch a soul that has been forged in the fires of self-mastery. Recognizing these signs isn't about becoming better. It's about fortifying yourself and continuing your journey with unwavering conviction. Remember, your peace and inner strength are the most potent weapons against any form of envy. If you're ready to cultivate an unshakable inner power and truly understand how to protect your energy, then subscribe to this channel, share this video, and join us on this path of self-ownership.